Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Uh, it gets kind of hard to record videos after a while, especially when I haven't really been consistent and I haven't really been doing them in a while. Like I got to start all over again. But first things first. Obviously, it is 2025, so don't expect too many videos. You'd be lucky if you get 10. Doubt it even be 5. Really don't feel like recording this video today because I'm really on vacation and I'm enjoying a piece that I was promised. And I really just don't feel like doing too much talking. Like I'm gonna be honest about it. Um, but I do want to just come and make sure it's understood what's going on, because after the last thing that I talked about, I don't need no confusion. I don't need nobody thinking that no, I'm perfectly fine. I've been fine this whole time. Like I said, y'all know it's been a long couple of years. And, this is the first time in a long time I don't have no problems. I don't have no issues. I don't have no drama in my life. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I mean, just peace, And, I'm really trying to just cherish it, hold on to it, keep my waters happy. My waters is God. I don't want out another tsunami, tornado, hurricane, none of that. He's good, I'm good. But so yeah. So I do have the trophy. I've been had the trophy since I recorded the last video. It came the week after. I'm gonna put up a picture of it. It's right next to me on the floor. She's big. Uh a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. But we'll talk about that later. So the thing that I kind of want to get into, because I don't want this to be too long, because it's late. So, anyways, I want to just kind of talk about. I don't think I said it. Um, I'm not gonna be recording a lot of videos this year because it is 2025 and it's already February, and I'm very serious about writing this book. Now, just for clarification purposes, the last video I did, I think that I mentioned that like a broken part of me still had to be here to write the book. No, no, I was mistaken. She's not here anymore. Don't want her back. The person that I am today is the one that's writing a book, and the book is basically going to be like how I got from point A to point Z. So just like I had mentioned that I had insecurity issues, I never really talked about how I got over that. It's not just a one answer kind of thing. I talked about how I had insecurity issues, jealousy issues towards other women. Don't have that problem anymore because I don't have nothing to be jealous about. So yeah, how does one go from point A to point Z? Never talked about it, so that's really gonna be that. I'm at the point now where I am trying, because I've been writing, jotting stuff down, which really annoys me because I'm trying to get rid of junk and it's just like more junk keeps being added. But yeah, so I don't really want to talk about that too much because this is a pen and paper moment, and anything that I get passionate about or whatever, put in a book. Well, write it to go in a book. Um. So yeah. So obviously, we just go address this picture. I want to talk about why I had to get beat down the way I got beat down. um. Very, very embarrassing to show this at this point. I talked about it early on when I was on the testimony videos, but yeah. So this was, and this is, if in case I didn't say it, this is kind of talking about why I had to get beat down, you know. And let me just tell you like this. One thing I definitely can say is that I appreciate it, you know, as much as it hurt. As much as it hurt, I appreciate it because it made me a better person. Um, it made me a better woman. And the broken side of me, you know, I think, I'm not gonna say I think, I know one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have is we as people, we basically try to find reasons to feel like we're better than somebody else. And at the end of the day, guess what? We're not. You know, oh, I got more money than this person. I look better than this person. I'm smarter than this person. I ain't never been in that situation because I'm not that dumb. That kind of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I kind of had that type of mentality, obviously, because. And one thing God showed me and showed me real well is that I'm human just like everybody else, and my privileges are because of Him. Just like He gave it to me, it could be snatched at any given time. I got beat up and down the street. Ain't trying to go through that ever again. So, you know, mm-mm. And you know, like I said, I appreciate that because one thing that I want to do, you know, especially like with the book and everything, the reason why I do these videos is because I want to be a type of aid to people. If I have a certain level of knowledge that can help other people get rid of the pain that they have, why not share that? If I have different perspectives that can help people, I want to help people. Like a lot of people are very comfortable talking to me. Just, you know, you just say, hey, how you doing to somebody. The next thing you know, they point their whole heart out to me about, you know, something that's going on with them. I'm just like, oh. And I don't go back and repeat it. You know, some people just need to talk. So I like that. And you can't really have that kind of connection with people if you looking down on them. You know what I mean? So very grateful for that experience because yeah, I'm human just like everybody else. And yeah. So, anyways, you know, I never talked about, nobody knows how it came to be that I had so much confidence in the world to put my face on my shirts. You know, let me show more pictures. And I was a piece of work. So let me show you. So the picture that I just saw, I had seen this. That's how that whole thing came to be. Then I had, you know, this was one of the shirts I had, and I had seen this picture, which is where that came from. And then this was like a collection of shirts. That was a collection of shirts that I had. You know, I was really on one. And this was me before my 23rd birthday. This was like, let's just say technically my 23rd birthday. And that's when I really started wearing the shirts. That was the first one. So, you know, nobody really knew at the time, but I'm not really going to get into details about it. But God had kind of popped up around that time. Didn't know who He was, didn't understand what was going on. You know, just like I have a level of knowledge now. It was more like passing information back then. And I would say, like, you know, I kind of just kept experiencing this God-like power. And I wasn't thinking about God. I knew nothing about God. So I just took the glory for myself, obviously. And that happened around 2019. I want to say it was December because I was working at the post office in New Orleans for the season. So then a couple of months later, you know, my confidence is at an all-time high. I know who I am. I got, you know, I'm feeling myself, obviously. And that's how that whole thing came to be. So then technically I was supposed to start the job that I refer to as the 3 years of terrorism, 3 years of hell. Um, I was technically supposed to start that job like the day after my birthday, right? And you got to keep in mind, I had just turned 23. I'm about to be 28 this year, still a baby, but so yeah. So one thing I never talked about on here was the time that I got into a car accident. Now, this happened August 2nd, 2020. I started the job. So let's just say technically it was like May 1st because I was kind of late doing my paperwork. So let's just say I started the job around May. Some people that was, working with me at the time, whatever, they know about the car accident. But something that a lot of people, nobody knew, is the fact that I was warned about this car accident at least a week or two before it happened. I kept having this this stuff that kept repeating in my head, like if you make a decision about something, you go get in a car accident. And at the time, I was driving over an hour away because I was still living back home. So, I'm not knowing what the decision was, but all I knew was that whatever decision that I was gonna make is gonna cause me to get in a car accident. I'm just like, what's so devastating that I'm gonna do that's gonna warrant me getting in a car accident. So I never knew what the cause was until all that stuff started happening that I talked about in the testimony videos and stuff, and all these occurrences that I'm just so anyways, once I started to understand that, okay, God is real, God is reaching out to me right now, I kind of started looking at everything, and I went back and I looked at the car accident, see what happened around that time. It happened on a Sunday on my way to go get my Walmart pickup. And 2 days later, let's just say that I ended up, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to talk about the past. That's done, it's over with. But let's just say the decision that I made was 2 days before that car accident. And that decision is the reason why my life was so miserable for the past 3 years. Is all I can say. And it's tied to a single person. So, um, and not only that, first of all, I don't know what you could tell. So I had took this picture right before I had left. It was raining. That was it was raining, and the traffic lights had went out. And I don't think it was really raining that hard. I didn't think it was, but I mean, obviously the street is flooded, so maybe it was that hard. So the traffic lights were out, and you're supposed to treat it like a stop sign. It's my turn to go. Somebody comes and T-bones me, and then hold on. Next thing you know, I'm supposed to be going to Walmart. I'm about ready to put in a McDonald's order. So when my car had finally stopped moving, I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. But again, at that time, I'm not thinking that, oh, this has something to do with God. So, given the fact that I was warned about it, given the fact that the decision that I made at that time single handedly is the reason why I was so miserable for them couple of years, given the fact that it rained right before I left, which is the reason why the street lights was out, which is why I ended up getting in a car accident. So let me just tell you, there's a high level of fear that I have towards God because yeah, and one thing about it, ain't nobody tell me that I'm not loved by him. Can't nobody tell me that I don't know him. Can't nobody tell me that I'm making any of this stuff up because no. Um, and one thing I know about that love is that love don't have no problem beating you down to a pulp. And I got beat down to a pulp, and I'm so shook. Listen, any fight, any kind of disobedience I have, he beating it out of me real well. And it's just crazy to me because it's like, first of all, this is coming from somebody who at one point in time did not believe that God was real. Because what do you mean there's a superior force? And, I know now. And I wanted to show y'all something. When I really show y'all, read something to y'all. So you know how I had showed this green notebook that was like, the God given knowledge or whatever. So I transferred everything to binders because I want the stuff to last and it ain't lasting in the notebook. So I just ripped everything out. But it was a time in the testimony videos where I should have said how I was told to read Acts, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Again, I don't know that Bible. I need to prioritize reading it more because I can't say when the last time I read it. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. But let me see. I gotta find it. Hold on. I should have bookmarked it. So awkward. Hold on. I need to use a lot of this stuff for the book. Because this is really what it's all at. No. Here it is. Okay. It's 2 pages. Well, one. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so this one says lessons from Numbers. So it says chapter 14, 11 through 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, now mind you, this is from 2023. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will these people provoke me, and how long will it be before they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among them, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. Then I said, in order for them to get to the land, they had to go to war and win it. Because they were given this by God, they weren't destined to lose. The city of Moab saw their face coming. They cried to King Balak. He sent messengers to go get Balaam so he could bless them and curse God's people. Balaam tried 3 times, and God kept telling him no. Balaam told Balak that God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of a man that he should repent. Hath he said, shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, shall he not make it good? Then I put Numbers 24:19, what God has blessed, nobody could change it except that person. Then I also had put, also God had instructed Balaam not to go with the men, yet he did anyway. God got mad and sent an angel to block him. He became a casualty in a fight that had nothing to do with him. But hold on, let me find the other people. Hold on. I don't know why it's so hard for me to find this stuff now. Because I'm knowing. I don't think I took it out. I'm going to have to pause for a minute. Because hold on. Tell me why I found it. And it was on. Hold on. It was the next page. So, anyways, this little part. So it says, I finished reading Acts and now I'm in Numbers. So I didn't know how to write down the chapter and the verse at the time, so I just said on chapter 20 of 36, and I guess the verse 14 was definitely the message, or at least one of them. So I said the Israelites that Moses saved from Egypt kept complaining and not believing in God and the fact that he had them on to the promised land. Now listen, one thing about it, I didn't I didn't really believe. I don't want to say I didn't believe, but like I mentioned it before, it's hard to kind of be like, is this just me or is this somebody else? And you don't really have proof of it until like later, like now. But so God kept getting mad at them, provoking him, and said, "How long will it be before they believe me for all the signs which I have showed among them?" And he wanted to kill them all. So then I said 22 to 23. He said that since the men seen his glory and miracles kept tempting him and not listening to his voice, they won't receive the promise. In other chapters, anybody who spoke against how God was getting them to the promised land, he killed them. The biggest lesson I got in Acts is how people kept lying on Paul to kill him. Baby, when I say this sounds so familiar. They kept lying on him to kill him. They even went as far as promising not to eat or drink until they killed him. It was more than 40 men. They also got others to bear false witness against him. In the end of it all, Paul got to live and continue to preach God's word in peace. Now, obviously, I ain't a preacher. I'm not trying to be a preacher. So no matter what the enemies did to destroy Paul, God was with him and did not allow it to happen. And remember when I had said that, let me just say all like the things that I said before, and it's like this is what I talked about. When I said that I was told right before I woke up to read Second Thessalonians. The end of Second Thessalonians said, "The Lord of peace himself give you peace always by all means." That was September of 2023. February 2025, I got that peace. I had it for a while now, which is why I've been silent. Then let me tell you, when you finally get it, after having to go through so much, I ain't trying to give it up. I ain't trying to lose it. Ain't trying to lose it. What else I said? You know how I also said that it was a time where he had told me, like I said, when there was that whole 3 years of terror, I had to put now wait, pause. You know how I said that the championship game was a battle between the broken version of me and another version of me, which is the one that's it right now. The other version is kind of her. Now, this is the person that was confident. I know who I am. You know what I mean? One of the first things that I lost, I don't want to get emotional. One of the first things I lost back then was my confidence. I'm going to show y'all the trophy because forget about it. After all that time, I finally have my confidence back. You know what I mean? And I'm still going to put the picture up, but I lost my confidence. That was the first thing that was took from me, and it took so many trials and tribulations to be back. And yeah, and like I said, I will say this. Another thing that I learned is, how like my pastor says that, Jesus left an example. So just like, at the time I'm sitting over here, I'm a queen, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not a queen. The best thing I could be is a princess. Now, the one who is the ruler, the king, God, when he was here, he was a peasant. He was a regular person. He was in the field helping people. So I definitely did learn that if you wanted his kids, you got to get in the field too. If he wasn't in the castle with the robe, with the crown, what you up there for? You know what I mean? When I tell you he beat me down. So yeah, that's who's kind of here now. just not all that. This is me. So yeah. And like I said, I just want to say this too. Um, I haven't had to be nobody's child in a long time. And it's only so much a parent can do, so to be almost 28 years old and I could get beat down at any given time. And one thing I do want to say, because, I showed y'all the trophy. Now, I told y'all could see too much. But I put the ribbon on here because I had once read that when they were building like a altar for God, they put something blue for because this was representing him. So that's why it's a blue ribbon, and that's why I have a lot of blue ribbons on things, including this. So yeah, oh yeah, and then the trophy, it symbolizes trust because one thing about it, he has definitely proven to me countless times that he knows exactly what he's doing. A lot of things hurt. Everything hurts. And at one point in time, I had used to say, like, I was so terrified of love because, love hurts and it's that and the third, and it does. And I have not been so hurt in my life these past couple of months. But like I said, it's all to make me a better person, and I am a much better person, much better woman. And yeah, inside the trophy is a bunch of reminders, the rabbit hair and everything. But yeah, and before we go, you know, this is stuff that like I put in a trophy, but this is something I printed out for y'all. So when I did the testimony video, um, I talked about this. Tell me why. I talked about. I don't know if y'all can hear, but one of the rabbits is chewing on a box. So, anyways, I had talked about it. How this was like what, May of 2023. Um, God was pressing me about something, was not really believing it. I'm on TikTok, boom, this pops up, listen to and obey God, trying to get your attention, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I turn the phone off, I go back to work. I said, what, 12:30 at night, 12:30 in the morning, driving home from work on the highway, I see a car that says obey God. Tell me why I finally seen that car the other day. I'm just, once again driving home. Now I get off at like 2:30. So driving home, boom, 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 boom. I'm looking. That's the car. And I unfortunately failed to get a picture of the thing. I tried blur. So if I see it again, I'm getting a picture. So yeah. But I do kind of want to read before we go a little bit of what this says. So I don't know who this is for, but the Lord wants me to tell you to obey. Whoever this is for, he's been trying to get your attention, but you either ignore it because you don't want to do what he's asking you to do, or you're not following his instructions because you're confused and don't know if you're hearing him right. Oh yeah, he wants me to tell you that your life has been hell because you're not listening. He's allowing Satan to attack you until you listen and follow his instructions. That's why it seems like everything bad that could ever happen is happening to you right now. So let me tell you, like I said, baby, I finally got the peace. And I don't want to go through it no more. I don't want to go through nothing like that ever again. You know what I mean? And in order for me not to go through that ever again, I got to keep one person happy. So that's my primary focus. So that's kind of the end of the video because I don't really think I have anything else to say. I don't think so. So yeah, we're not gonna be doing too much, recording and talking this year. So that's probably gonna be it for a while because I'm still on vacation. I'm still enjoying my peace. Bye.